Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Raj and Rich Show. I'm Rich.
I'm not Raj.
That's not Raj. Much better looking than Raj, but that's not Raj. Okay. So anyway, folks, I guess people have seen posts all day about when we're doing the show and such, and I hope some of the people that were asking me today when I was going to do the show, because I said I was pissed off, which I am. I need to stop looking at the screen. Anyway, when about things that happen, and I want to talk about it. Okay, now I want to make sure that I make this perfectly clear to all the people that are out there. This is solely out of here, not anybody else's. Okay, this has nobody else is involved in what I want to say tonight. Nobody had any input or any suggestions to what I wanted to say tonight, other than the assholes acting like fucking 5-year-olds. Okay, which there's quite a few of you. And I ain't talking on one side. So before the people come out of the woodwork saying, oh, he's only talking about one guy. No, I'm talking about everybody that's involved. And let me explain to you why, okay? I've been playing this game for a long, long time.
Tell him how long.
The first number starts with a 2. Okay? And there's another number after that. Okay? Alright, so I've been playing for a long time, and let me tell you something. When I first started playing this game, I digged it because it was a lot of fun. Yeah, you didn't always get what you wanted, but you know what? You still went out and you had a good time. You found a way to have a good time. But now here recently, we've got this situation where evidently some people don't want to have a good time. They just want to bitch about everything. Well, I'm not getting my way, so I'm going to fucking bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch. Then somebody's gonna look at it, well, I don't like how you're bitching, 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 so I'm gonna bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch. Y'all are acting like a bunch of fucking 5-year-olds. There, it did it. It did it. We had this problem last time, and I have to kind of lean back, and then the camera will like readjust itself. It's not working this time. So anyway, don't worry. The light will work on adjusting itself. See, there it goes. All right. So the problem we have in this situation, like I said, is we have a bunch of people acting like 5-year-olds, okay? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, in the middle of all this conversation, somebody said, well, I'm being threatened to be banned. Well, I went back while I was taking a shit.
Because this is what it's worth?
Because that's pretty much what this whole argument is worth, is me reading it while I'm taking a shit. And realized that, okay, no, nobody threatened so-and-so with a ban. Everybody said that he did, and then all of a sudden people were threatening to throw him out for saying that he was going to ban somebody when he didn't. Okay? But vice versa, either or. Everybody's acting like a bunch of 5-year-olds. So let me break this down for you people. Because obviously fucking common sense doesn't work in your self-inflated, egotistical world that you live in.
It's not any of their class abilities.
Well, no, it's people that are so fucking self-centered that they think that their opinion is the ultimate fucking authority, and anybody who questions it, oh my God, help us all. Okay? Here's the deal. Back when Bubba took office as the okay? I don't even know how to pronounce that fucking name. Kanunga. Okay? The bids were opened up for, you know, the mid-reign and end reigns. Okay? And only one person put in a bid.
Who?
Who? Okay, this person.
Hi.
Put in a bid. The only person to put in a bid. I don't know why that would make a difference, but evidently it does. Okay? Only one person put in a bid. Okay? Now, this person, somebody had suggested to this individual, said, hey, maybe you ought to check out, you know, yeah, Devil's Bayou. Maybe you should check it out. Well, she already knew all about Lone Star. She knew about the hard work and everything that was going into Lone Star. Okay? But it was suggested, hey, take a look at it. They've done a lot of things over there. So she did. She went down there. She spoke with the site owner. she got to go on a tour. The site owner showed the things that they've done and the things that they will have done prior to mid-reign.
And we had long discussions.
And long discussions. Then she went home and she sat there for a couple days and thought about it. And then she put a bid together. Her bid was for Devil's Bayou. It wasn't for Lone Star. She was the only one that put in a bid. The only one. So guess what? We had a choice at this point at the deadline. Okay, we accept her bid, or we don't have a fucking mid-reign. Because that's where we're at. So guess what? We're having a mid-reign. A Devil's Bayou. That's it. Okay, this whole, well, we want to know why. Because she wanted to. She went down. She already knew about Lone Star. She went down. She talked to people. Devil's Bayou. Devil's Bayou is actually going to be cheaper for the kingdom.
$1.50 per head cheaper.
Okay, so check this out, right? February mid-reign happens to be a lower number mid-reign because the weather sucks in February in Texas.
And it's 3 weeks from Spring War.
And it's 3 weeks from Spring War, so some people don't even go because they're gearing up for Spring War. They don't take the time off, okay, because they know they're going to Spring War. So why not put the event in a separate venue, give it a shot, see how it works, make the kingdom a little bit more money than it would at Lone Star, and then we have an option later on down the road if possible. Those are all valid points, but evidently they weren't fucking good enough. Every time we tried to explain it a different way for people, it wasn't good enough.
You didn't answer my question. Well, how did I not answer your question?
If you would have said, well, that doesn't answer my question, then the only thing we could have responded with, well, then how did that not answer your question? And then you could have answered back with, well, it didn't cover this. And then we could have answered that. But instead of people just blanket like, that didn't answer the question. Yes, it did. You asked, why did you choose this? We told you why. Evidently it wasn't fucking good enough. But then we stopped talking about it. We stopped talking about it. She threw out all the reasons why she did it. Then y'all went on this fucking rampage bantering on the kingdom page. And then on private pages. Okay, I can tell you right now, I'm not a supporter for anybody getting banned for shit they say on their personal page. But nobody got threatened to be banned for the shit they said on their personal page. Which that whole thing got spun completely out of control. I'm not a fan for interfering on anything that anybody wants to say on a private page, because you know what? Fuck you, it's my page. If I want to tell you that I want to eat fucking pussy, I don't think I should get banned for it. Just saying. Okay? But then again, I don't have a problem with certain people feeling like they're being attacked by the things that a person's saying, and it's Amtgard related. That's the key right there in that whole argument, people. Oh, well, he said it on his fucking private page. Should be alright. No! He made attacks at people for shit that happened at Amtgard years ago. It doesn't matter if it was yesterday. Rising Winds fucking kicked the person out of their kingdom, did something 6 years ago. Okay? But it's still, it was the nature and the relation of that, what you were stating, is what can get you. So, it's very possible that yes, an Amtgard entity, an organization, which each kingdom is an organization, can deem that those statements are harassing to other members of the organization. They can. Okay? But I'm not going to go into semantics on how all that shit works, because it just kept getting worse. And you kept acting like children. We can't just sit there and go, you know what? I disagree with the decision of Devil's Bayou. Me personally, I don't 100% agree with Devil's Bayou. Okay? I don't necessarily agree with using Devil's Bayou. I like Lone Star a little bit more than I do Devil's Bayou. I'm not going to lie to you. However, I'm not going to sit there and tell people, well, fuck you. We should do it here. Another argument that I saw brought up lots of times in those posts. What about all the time that's been spent at Lone Star? And all the money the kingdom spent? And all the stuff I did, or all the stuff I did, or all the stuff I did? The gentleman that owns the property that Devil's Bayou is on has spent several $1,000s of his own money improving the site. I could tell you that I've worked it. I've done a work day, one work day, only one. And I didn't do a whole hell of a lot. I told everybody when it comes to work days, when I show up, you got to tell me what to do because I don't know shit about improving property. I don't. You need product moved around the site? I'm your guy. Distribution of assets? I'm your guy. But land maintenance and improvement, I barely work my lawnmower. Okay? So I'm not your guy. And I told everybody, if I come out there, you just got to tell me, what do you need done? I'm on it. Okay? I didn't spend a dime of mine on the site. I don't know if, you know, I could tell you Diston spent money of his on the site because when he brought out his guys to work the cement, he paid them out of his own pocket. So Diston spent money. I don't know if an individual claiming about all this huge amount of work, which upsets him, has spent a huge amount of money out of his own pocket. I don't know that. I can't comment on that. Just asking. You know, however, once again, everybody's acting like children. 5-year-olds. That's what it looked like on the Kingdom page, on personal pages, even some of the comments in the event page. 5-year-olds. Amtgard is supposed to be about fun. We're supposed to go out there, beat each other with foam sticks, dress like clowns. Well, not legitimately like clowns, because some people are scared to death of clowns. I am not scared of clowns. I have a 15-year-old that's scared to death of clowns. Okay. All right. But we go out there, okay? We go out there to have fun. And when we're done beating each other up, then we go, we chill out, we eat a meal, and then we go sit there and we socialize with each other. Most of the time consuming of all adult beverages. And we have fun. But now it's all about my dick is bigger than your dick competitions. Well, I'm more important than you are. Let me tell you all a little piece of advice when it comes to the grand scheme of fucking Amtgard. None of you matter. You can be replaced. It's like those idiots that run around the NASCAR track every Sunday in circles. Hey, look, they made a left turn. Guess what the president of that association will tell them when they think they're too big? We can put another asshole in a car and sell t-shirts. If you think you were so big and so important to this organization it would fail without your existence, take 6 months off, come back and see where we're at. And I'm talking about everybody with an overinflated ego that was involved in the 5-year-old temper tantrums. Okay? Now I give you credit to those of you who've gone out and Lone Star and busted your ass. I give the guys at Devil's Bayou credit for going out there and busting their ass to improve their site. And some of these people did not deserve the way they've been treated in this argument. Especially her. What pisses me off is none of y'all swinging your dicks around claiming that you're better than everybody else and your issue is more important than the other. Didn't even take 5 fucking seconds to send a message to the person who actually took the fucking time to get off their ass and put in a bid. Nobody asked her, how the fuck does this make you feel by all of us bitching back and forth like children?
I've only had 2 messages regarding the event. One was from my knight encouraging me, saying, hey, don't let this get you down. And one was from a person who just asked a question. And him just asking a question. He did not ask this question maliciously, did not ask this question to start a riot, nothing like that.
Which one was this one?
The one on the event page, the first person to comment.
Dizzy?
Yeah.
Dizzy.
He messaged me and says, hey, sorry, I didn't mean for all this drama to happen over a question. And when I get on site, let me know what I can do to help. Okay. That's all I've gotten.
But y'all sitting there swinging your dicks around, think you're bigger than each other. Not a single person not a single one of y'all thought to reach out to her and go, look, we get it, you put in a bid. Okay, cool, you won, congratulations. I hope this is not bothering you or hurting you in any way. Okay. Nobody did. And Kill Mill said I avoided this issue until today because I knew if I stepped in I would get lost. Okay. Or you would have lost. You know what? I Kill, I give no fucks on what people think of my opinions. I just say straight, this is the deal. Y'all need to stop acting like children. You really do. Y'all need to stop this shit. Everybody in the Amtgard world is looking at the CK and laughing at the embarrassment that's on both sides of this fence. Not one side. Some of y'all made comments in some of the posts today going, yeah, a whole Amtgard world's laughing at our monarchy. Horse shit. Okay? The whole Amtgard world...
That wasn't me, Kill Mill, so you can get your facts straight. I'm not in front of a computer typing.
Nope, she's right here. Okay, so anyway... Okay? They're laughing at both sides of y'all. They're laughing at both sides. People on the outside think both sides of this argument is a joke. Because it's being handled like a joke. All of you. This shit's wrong. It needs to stop. Look, you disagree with Devil's Bayou, but you know what? That's the bid that won. So let's get the fuck over ourselves. Let's go to a mid-reign in February, and let's go have some fucking fun. Because you know what? In 3 weeks, we're going to be throwing down at an IK event called Spring War. And we're going to be having fun there, too. So let's just have fun. Isn't that what this shit's about? Isn't keeping the dream alive? Isn't part of that having fun? Well, if you're sitting there and all you're doing is bitching about everything anybody does that you disagree with, and regardless of who you are, you're not having fun unless your idea of fun is bitching about everybody doing everything. Okay? Let's get the facts straight. One bid was put in. It was for Devil's Bayou. That bid won. Nobody threatened to ban anybody for a COC. Okay? That shit hasn't happened. People are acting like 5-year-old children who didn't get their way in the sandbox. Those are facts.
Mommy, he took my toy.
Okay, the fact that they're acting like 5-year-olds is a matter of opinion, but I'm pretty sure I could get a couple psychologists to read your statements and then would agree with me completely. This shit needs to stop. I play because I have fun. I love bullshitting with people. I love swinging sticks. Well, my body's broken, so I like making calls on people swinging sticks. And then I like hanging out and eating food afterwards. And then having a few adult beverages and chilling out and telling stories. And making fun of people because they know they made an asinine move on the battlefield that got their ass shanked in the nuts.
And people that are saying that this is being done in favor of a certain party or whatever, there's one person involved in my crat team that would be involved with that party, and all the rest are people in my fighting company.
Oh, there's two. That one.
Yeah.
And that one.
Oh. Two.
Well, that's not a crat.
Yeah.
That's a cratorial advisor.
Right here. So there's two people in my crat team that would be involved with this party that I approached them after, like, during the process. Shit. And then everyone else is from my fighting company except for one person, and it's someone who I know has ran a successful position, and the person I asked to run Gatecrat has been praised as a very good Gatecrat, and so I wanted her on my team. I'm
surprised nobody bitched it. It's mostly Saracens running the event. I'm surprised that hasn't been the bitch. You know, you got a bunch of Saracens at Devil's Bayou, run by another company, running a kingdom level event. I'm surprised that hasn't been the bitch. That would have been entertaining. That would have been an entertaining argument. But no. Okay? Well, you know what, Killmill? I don't agree, neither do I agree with you either, Tasha, that the dream is dead. I don't believe the dream is dead. Why? Because there's ancient...
She's not saying the dream died. She said people are sucking the joy out.
Oh,
she's
okay.
Right.
Okay, that part she's right. Because people are turning it into it's all about them.
There's a bunch of party poopers pooping on my party.
Okay. But Bill, Killmill, I don't believe that the dream is dead or non-existent, because, you know, geriatric farts like myself are still hanging around, and we still prefer to have fun.
21 years.
Yeah, but that number is minuscule compared to some people.
I mean, they're happy. The game's only, what, like 36 years old?
No, it's
34.
Fucking close to 40 now, isn't it?
It was 83.
83, so we're getting close to 40. Okay, so still. I mean, I couldn't have started when the game started. I wasn't old enough to sign a waiver on my own, let alone start my own park in Delaware.
I wasn't swimming around in my daddy's nutsack yet.
So there you go. Alright, so the moral of this whole damn story is let's shut the fuck up and have some fun. That's the moral of the fucking story, people. Let's have some fun. 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 You know, have some fun. Okay, so that's all I got on that. I ain't going any further than that. Ain't going any deeper than that. I penetrated this bullshit session deep enough. I mean, I am elbow deep. I don't want to go shoulder deep.
I love you this much.
Right? I love you to here. So, there we go. I miss belly dancers around campfires. So do I. But I don't think they'll go for that anymore. They have this thing where people easily get offended. I mean, I remember when Amazon encampment was just somewhere you didn't wander in as a guy. They can't do that anymore. Things like that. I mean, we used to get away with some shenanigans, and there's been changes that have made it better and safer, but there is some shenanigans that I wish could come back that made things a little more interesting and fun. Okay. But like I said, this whole shit that's going on needs to stop. Okay, people disagree, people agree. It's done. It's over. Stop acting like 5-year-olds. There's no point. That's, like I said, that's all I got concerning this issue. But I'm, like I said, just tired of what it's doing to the only person that put in a fucking effort to put in a bid. It is what you make of it. If you go into it with a bad attitude, it's not going to be fun. If you go in excited for something different and curious, it will be interesting. Yes, I heard that story. While we're waiting for the transition to happen in the studio, I will cover that little tidbit real quick. Yes, Russians are not allowed to compete in the Olympics anymore. Evidently, they found out that Sponge was competing on the women's Russian team. He did look sexier than any other Russian women athlete, but they
His beard was
found out.
shorter.
The glorious beard.
The beard was not long enough to be considered a Russian woman, and that's what gave him away. Okay. Unfortunately, no. The Russians they found that they were guilty of using steroids in the last. It wasn't the Olympics. I believe it was like some world competition or something like that.
It was like a qualifier.
Yeah, and they tested positive for steroids and found out that they're all doping. And I mean, come on, when Helga the fucking Destroyer comes out and makes Arnold Schwarzenegger in his heyday look a little, there might be a little doping going on. Just saying.
She was on Moose Tranquilizers.
Right.
Dodgeball reference.
Yes. I'm a cinephile, so.
State-sponsored doping.
Okay, Michael Bolton.
See, there we go. Okay, so yeah, there we go. So now, hey, look, it's now the Raj and Rich show.
Hello.
Yeah, hey, look, there's Raj. Now, okay, so let's move on. Last weekend was the EH End Rain, and you have some colorful stories concerning the EH, and I wasn't there again. I wasn't at another event. I need, like, way more fucking money. Because I need to start going to these things. It would make the Raj and Rich show more interesting.
Well, I guess Rich is a misnomer for you, right?
What's that?
Rich is a misnomer for you, right?
I'm named that with the hopes that I might be, and it's failed completely.
Ooh, that's not good.
No.
So the EH End Rain coronation. It was the End Rain of Accident and the coronation of Calvarax.
The End Rain was accident?
Yeah.
So they weren't meaning to have an End Rain, but it just kind of happened.
Right.
Okay. All right. Just making sure.
Saw a couple of CKs up there. Makushi and Harley were up there. That was awesome. Got to see a bunch of people that I haven't seen from the CK. Not from the CK, from GP in a while. Which they moved from GP to EH because...
There's no battery in that, by the way.
Because, well, GP's a dumpster fire all on its own.
Stick.
Yeah, I mean, the L games were awesome. They had some really awesome, what was it? like little classes in how to paint miniatures. I participated in that. It was pretty cool.
How to paint miniatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like painting on a smaller scale.
Actually, a lot more goes into it. It's pretty awesome.
No, I know.
Yeah. So, they had the War 20. Marceline held the Valkyrie tournament, which was the women's tournament, which actually helped keep tally of streaks and everything like that. Went very well.
Can we reframe how we say that together? You were at the women's tournament and you were keeping...
tally of kill streaks.
Okay, you didn't say kill streaks before. You just said tally of streaks.
Yes.
Okay.
The tally of kill
streaks.
streaks.
Reword that.
Tally of kill streaks. That's what it was.
Okay, there we go. Tally of kill streaks.
Saw a lot of really awesome honor during the fights. Very, very little sloughing, like you usually see in a regular war tournament. And some really awesome female fighters. In fact, a lot of them, it was their first time in an actual war skill tournament.
Why is it their first time in a war skill tournament, though?
The reason why it was their first time in a war skill tournament is because apparently a lot of them were very intimidated by male fighters.
So you're telling me that male fighters were committing COC violations?
I don't know.
Well,
but
intimidating.
Well, what it is that, there are quite a number of women fighters who are a little, uneasy going to regular fighter tournaments, especially with, guys who have had a lot more experience, so on and so forth. So it's kind of like a stepping stone for them.
At least if it gets them in the door to where they're more comfortable fighting in the big tournaments that really get you to the end goal.
Which is exactly what the whole reason for the women's tournament was to be. So that way it can actually be a stepping stone and a doorway for women fighters to actually start getting in and getting used to tournaments so they can fight in regular ones and start earning their warriors.
Now, was it a bracket tournament or was it Iron Man?
So it started with Iron Man. Pretty much.
Oh, okay. I know where this is going. They did an Iron Man, and then they knocked it down to the top 8, then went to a bracket. Okay,
that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
It was only 2 brackets. It was single, short, and open.
I hate those.
Yeah.
The reason why I hate Iron Man's go to brackets, I never make it to the bracket. At least in the brackets, I got a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's some really, really good female fighters that were in there who I can actually see in the time to come them progressing and actually becoming warlords.
No, it'd be nice to see some women warlords.
Absolutely.
Really would.
There was Dove, who was actually an issue for Asura.
I know that there's already women warlords. Okay. So yes, to be more specific, I'd like to see more women warlords. Thank you to our station manager reminding me that there already are women warlords.
Yes, absolutely. So a lot of really awesome fighters coming up that I can actually see earning a warlord and getting their knight's belt.
Good.
Yeah, they are that talented.
Good. And the funny thing was, is I brought up this whole idea a long time ago when I was a king of KCG, and I got told I was a sexist. I got told that I was a sexist bastard for even suggesting the idea.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that in a minute.
So
it wasn't a segue.
Yeah. So other than that, also their court is definitely leaps and bounds better than ours in the CK, to be honest.
Oh wow, it's like labeled everywhere.
Yeah.
Trying it. We don't have sponsorship. I don't want to get hit with copyright infringements. It's bad enough got an Eagles logo behind us.
So their court in the EH is actually leaps and bounds better than the ones that we have in the CK, because a lot more people, like their actual populace, is a lot more proactive in it. They actually enjoy it, and they actually show support to everybody that's up there.
Good.
It's pretty awesome. It was definitely an eye-opening experience for me.
Okay.
Since it was my very first EH event.
So they do it. They do court better than us.
Yes, they do.
Okay. Right.
That they definitely do.
All right.
Other than that, it was a good event and I had fun.
Okay. No scandalous stories to tell us. I mean, if you don't want to tell us the story involving Feast or anything, you don't want to talk about that. That's fine.
No, because
we don't have to bring up any of the bad.
Yeah, it's
bad
because
crap.
I already addressed it. I addressed it on the EH page. I had people messaging me about it.
Okay.
I gave them my complete breakdown, and they're like, "Hey, thank you for your input, and we understand that you have a lot of experience in the kitchen, and that's the reason why you have your Master Rose, and we definitely love the fact that you're giving us guidance, so we can make everything better for everybody."
Okay.
So it was very well receptive, which
Okay.
is something that would not happen here in CK.
Oh.
Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, right. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, an update on the KCG investigation involving moi. The investigation has come to a stop.
For now.
Now, I said stop. I didn't say close. According to the final results of this, well, not final results, the current results of the investigation is that they can't prove that anything happened, and they can't disprove anything that happened. So we are, but we aren't, but we are, but we aren't, because we are, we aren't. So there's the update on the KCG investigation involving moi.
Sounds like a bunch of horse shit.
Shitmongers.
What?
Sounds like a bunch of horse shit.
All I can say is, okay, cool. 2 years from now, all of a sudden, I'm sitting in front of my computer. Bing!
No, it's going to be 3 years from now.
Yeah, because it took them 2 years. Now we got to go to 3.
Yeah.
Then we're going to go to... And before too long, if they do something, then it's the rising winds all over again.
Oh.
6 years ago.
My butt hurts. Blame Rich.
Right?
Alright, so moving on.
Right?
Mundane stuff.
I don't remember my hand going in the butt, but okay. It was in the other hole.
Damn.
So anyhow... So now we're going to move on to mundane stuff because, the Amtgard, there's nothing else to really talk about in Amtgard. Well, this first topic we're going to talk about with you guys. Now, don't all run away.
Which I know nothing about. This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
Trust me, there was some interesting conversations had the other night after me and Miranda did the world famous Rich Wilson show.
Uh-oh.
We talked about this thing that's picking up steam, has been talked about doing, is this baby incubator thing in your own home.
They have done it successfully with lambs.
They've done it, yeah, they've done it successfully with lambs. Now, I know people in this country and how impatient your dumbasses are. You're like 2 weeks into it. Can we take him out and hold him? And they're going to pick him out and he's all goo. It's goo. I had a baby, now it's goo. Like 2 weeks you can't even see the fucker. You're like, is he even in there? Martha! Oh. I mean, there's just so many things that can fucking go wrong. Like, what are the battery system on one of those fuckers? Because you know how unreliable the power company is. So you've got your kid in this, and I'm pretty sure it'll be linked into Alexa somehow. Alexa, could you please play music for the baby? Thank you. Then all of a sudden it's like,
I'm going to raise my kid punk.
That kid's going to grow up to be a psychopath. Or one of those emos that shits himself every time he sneezes. I don't know. But what's the battery system on this thing? There's a backup system on this. Because they got some great batteries out there, but fuck, sometimes, I mean, what if say they had these and you were in Houston when Hurricane Harvey hit.
I bet you he uses a battery pack from the Tesla cars that Elon Musk created.
Yeah, I
You mean
guess.
the people who believe in flat Earth?
That too.
Flat Earthers!
That too. Flat Earth.
Flat Earthers would buy baby incubators. But I'm serious, like, hey, look, it's Junior. Well, we don't know if it's a Junior yet. Why do we not know if it's a Junior yet? Because it hasn't formed its parts yet.
I want to know now.
I was like, yeah, see, and that would be the fucking problem. People can't fucking wait. It's like how many motherfuckers take a Hot Pocket out of the fucking microwave too goddamn fast. You bite into the bitch like, oh, it's kind of warm. You get in the middle, fuck, it's still frozen. Ah, fuck it, I'll keep eating it. I'm guilty of it. But you got a fucking life form here. Thank you for setting off our Alexa started playing. Alexa, can I please hear My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion? But no, I mean, it's crazy. People are fucking nuts.
Hold on, I want to see if this works. Alexa, play Ride the Lightning.
I don't know. I may not have heard you.
Probably
Maybe
not.
Alexa doesn't like brown people.
Probably not.
Because you're brown, Fister!
Because I'm brown. It's racist.
So anyway, see now I've got a whole new thing in my head that every time we do a show, like randomly, we gotta ask Alexa to
yeah!
Every time we do one of these shows now, we gotta just suddenly talk about it. We gotta ask Alexa to do something. But no, I mean it's insane. You're gonna put It's bad enough.
What happens when Dad forgets to pay the electricity bill?
Right, and the power goes out.
Sorry, Jimmy, your baby didn't make it.
I mean... Uh-oh. We're getting a phone call.
From Bubba.
Somebody's calling us. Welcome to the Raj and Rich Show. You're live.
Yeah! Yeah!
What's
we
it-
hear it!
what's
It's
it doing?
playing!
What's it playing? Thank you, Alexa. That's what we wanted to hear.
Alexa, play Room 409 by Bullet for My Valentine. Did it do it?
Oh, I was going to get ready to say, Alexa, can you please tell me the measurements of the standard length of a penis? Okay, so anyway, let's move on.
Okay, well,
Alright.
we're gonna cut you off now.
Alright, bye. Alright, so anyway, folks. So if you have an Alexa in your house while you're watching a show, you might want to, like, put a blanket over her or something. 'Cause
Hey, Alexa, can you help me hide a body?
oh, that's going to be horrible. Well, now we're just, we're like turning the show into how to fuck with people's Alexas. Because I think the bad part is, don't they have one over at Harley and Jill's place too?
Yeah, but I bet
So
you.
if Kill Mill's got it up too loud, their fucking Alexa's probably going psycho.
I bet you he has it on his earbuds. So that way
Right.
Alexa can't pick it up.
Because
That's one way
of
to
course
do it.
that's probably why he asked that one. So anyway, so folks, goddamn, we can't do that because the fuck.
See, I called it. I called it. I fucking called it.
Oh my god! It's going in the waves. Awesome. All right. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on from the baby incubator thing because I mean, just don't fucking buy one of those. Just do it the old natural way. That way, your old lady can spend the rest of your life blaming you for all of her fucking problems.
All right, so you all know that in the past few shows we have covered how the United States Navy has crashed vessels and airplanes and so on and so forth and shit off the coast of Japan.
They take coming aboard literally.
Well, guess what, people? The U.S. hasn't wrecked shit in the past week.
It hasn't since the last time we did our show. They haven't run their fucking ships into shit.
Congrats.
Yeah, we do. All right, that's for you, United States Navy. Yeah.
Drawing dicks in the sky one at a time.
All right, there you go. All right, so we ran across this gem and thought we should bring it up to our viewing public. Woman is forced to pay compensation after ripping out a man's testicles with her teeth. Now this story gets even better.
Apparently,
Even better.
apparently, this 47-year-old woman who was doing stuff with her boyfriend decided to go ahead and, while she was doing stuff, bite down and rip out one of his testicles.
She claimed that she was defending herself from a sexual assault.
Well, during the investigation, found out that that was false.
And she got charged with assault.
And is forced to pay compensation, which she's
What
not
do
so
you
happy
pay
about.
somebody compensation for taking out a testicle with your teeth?
Probably for reattaching it.
You could probably sign a deal with Pornhub. As
Maybe.
long as somebody shot a video of it.
As the uniballer.
The one nut wonder! And we'll be here all week.
All
Sad
right.
reality.
So moving
I
on.
live here. Okay, so... Oh, God. Folks, are you familiar with the Darwin Awards? You know, people that do dumb shit getting themselves killed, and they get a Darwin Award, because, I mean, Darwin's theory of, evolution, the weaker will end up going away. They need one nut, truck nut now. Okay, so...
This guy from the YouTube channel called TGF Bro decided to go ahead and pull a stunt to go ahead and up the ante.
This guy makes it an effort to go out of his way to try to fuck himself up to get YouTube viewers, and he has a lot of them.
A lot.
I mean, we love watching people hurt themselves at our own expense.
To the point where he almost died during this stunt.
And how did he do this, you may ask? Well, he took a microwave, you know, I don't have a microwave. I have a clock that occasionally cooks shit. That's a microwave.
Well, it doesn't have the time.
It doesn't even really have the time on it anymore because we're lazy bastards who don't want to program it in. Anyway, he stuck his head in the microwave. Now, Raj, what did he do?
He filled the microwave up with cement first.
Quickcrete.
Quickcrete.
The shit that sets in a couple minutes.
Now, to make it even better, apparently while filming, he decided to smile and say, you know what? I'm probably going to die from this. Proceeds to put a plastic bag over his head and a tube in his mouth.
To be able to breathe. So he was trying to think of his own safety in the stunt. Except he forgot one thing. When cement hardens, cement has a tendency to expand. Now we don't have our resident cement specialist, Crispy, readily available to verify cement expanding or contracting. However, when it did cut his airway off, and he partially cut his airway off, and became distressed, and they had to call the fire department. And in fact, it was overseas, so let me get it straight. They called the fire brigade.
So 5 members of the fire brigade came out with more tools than what the people had, and they were pissed off.
Yes. Because they got told it was something completely different, so they showed up with all kinds of shit. Because they thought it was a person simply entrapped into a structure. Technically, they weren't lying. He was in a structure, and he was entrapped.
It just so happens that structure was an appliance.
Yeah, it was a microwave. And it was cement, which means bring the hammers.
I think it said, what, it took him about 3 hours to get the dude out?
Well, first you got to tear apart the microwave, and then you got to turn around, and then you just got to start breaking the cement off, and hope it doesn't take the skin with it, or you'd be Michael Jackson with no nose. You know, well, I mean, definitely he's got no nose now. By now, it's got to have completely rotted away.
Yeah.
It was fake.
Yeah.
So...
No, that's probably the only thing left.
That could be the only thing left. You have a skeleton, and then you have a fake nose sitting on a skeleton. That's got to look funny as shit if you ever dug that up. And we're going to open up Michael Jackson's tomb, and then the poor guy's like, oh my God! You gotta see this shit. Somebody give me those black horn rimmed glasses, put it on. We'll just say he's wearing a disguise. Okay, so now, moving on to our next story. Moving on.
A man sets downtown on fire in Albany, New York.
Yes, evidently this guy was trying to get his next order of, what would that be, the owl?
Yeah?
Yeah, he was trying to get his next order of the owl by forging, trying to make his own weapons and his own forge, because he was inspired by something. What was he inspired by?
He was inspired by that TV show on the History Channel called Forged in Steel.
You know, Forged in Fire.
Forged in Fire.
Forged in Fire.
Forged
Yes.
in Fire.
You know, those guys that walk around, the dudes tell you, oh, well, this is good here, and you have a good blade. Now, I will say, there's a couple of guys on there they do as judges. The motherfuckers, I've bought many of their blades.
Yes!
There's one dude every once in a while gets in there and goes, oh, this is a good blade. And I look and I go, I haven't bought shit of yours.
So, apparently...
Your crap is made, you mass produce in fucking Pakistan, dude. I'm not interested in your shit.
So, apparently, he tried to go ahead and bend some steel and had an open fire. And he had a barrel full of oil.
Yes, he had oil.
He decided to go ahead and try to temper the steel, which it caught the oil on fire, burned down 3 houses, damaged another 18 in downtown Albany.
Yes. His dumbass decision caused millions of dollars in damage.
That was pretty freaking hilarious.
That town is on fire. So, here's a nice little piece of advice if you are going to be forging your own equipment.
Don't try this at home!
Now, number one, leave it to the fucking professionals or the people that went to school to learn how to do this shit. Second of all, make sure you have adequate fire suppression technology on hand in case you fuck up.
Is this where we go ahead and name drop?
Well, if you take a look at the videos that Thadagrin has done, he has adequate fire suppression technology. Why? Because one misstep, which we've all been watching these videos waiting to see when it will happen because we all want to laugh. Okay.
I don't even know that
he has fire suppression equipment. So at least he's doing it smart and he won't burn half of Central Texas to the ground. Although we survived the blizzard, so Texas is not flammable right now. Hey, blizzard, Central Texas blizzard 217. We will rebuild, people. We will rebuild. What we doing?
Let me get my Tauntaun because I want to go to HEB.
Right. Need something from HEB? Your Tauntaun will freeze before you get to HEB. Then we'll see you in hell. Alright, so, folks, do you have an insect problem? Do you have an issue with an infestation? And I'm not talking about your old lady.
And not crabs.
And we're not talking about crabs either, because you decided the waitress at the diner with one tooth was a good idea to take home after many drinks.
I'm good.
Okay, so do not try to solve your problem like this guy did. Man decided he was going to kill some ants. And what was the end result there, Raj?
He burned his fucking house down.
To the fucking ground.
His parents' house.
He burned his parents' house down. He was attempting to get rid of an ant infestation. Sorry. By taking wood matches and lighting them on fire and trying to light the ant hill on fire.
Well, it turns out that those matches actually ended up igniting a bunch of combustible fluids and combustible objects that was in the basement of the house.
Evidently blew up his dad's meth lab.
And ended up getting like second-degree burns on his way out of the house carrying items.
You should not have you shouldn't have open flames next to you know, a meth lab.
Yeah, no, it's not good.
He ended up suffering second and third degree burns in the process. But guess what? The community all chipped in, because guess what? The parents, they volunteer in the neighborhood, because I mean, what good meth dealers don't get themselves liked in the neighborhood so they don't get kicked out? And they all banded together and paid for a 2-night stay at the hotel and got them some clothes and shit. They're still homeless, but they're meth dealers.
And the dog's dead.
Oh, and it killed the dog.
And the cat.
And the cat.
Dog and cat.
It killed Fluffy and Fufu. Sorry.
I feel bad for the dog being named Fufu.
I don't know if that's the dog's name. I just made that shit up. Alright, so, folks, they have these people in this world. They're called names.
Idiots.
No. No.
Jackasses?
No. The dudes that come out and kill the bugs.
Oh, exterminators.
There it is. I was drawing a blank on it. Okay. Damn, I was drawing a fucking blank on it. I know the fucking name. And I couldn't figure out why does Terminator keep coming to my mind. Terminex. But no, they come out and they take care of your infestation problems. Now, they won't get rid of your girlfriends or
Call the Orkin Man.
Know, that you need a lawyer. But, you know, or a 357 and a way to hide the body. Which Alexa will then tell you to call the police. Alright, so. So, anyway.
Hey, Alexa, play Motorhead.
Okay, so, there you go. Ace of Spades. Alright, so there it is. So now, this one's definitely getting my Dumbass of the Day award. If we had a Dumbass of the Day award, they would get it. By all means. Already pressed the button. Okay. So, by all means, this guy gets Dumbass of the Day. And let me tell you why this person gets Dumbass of the Day. Okay, everybody loves Halloween. Everybody loves getting dressed up. Everybody loves coming up with cool, creative costumes. Well, there's one thing you shouldn't do while you're in the military, serving on a military installation. And what is that, Raj?
You don't dress up as a suicide bomber.
This moron decided it would be a fun idea to dress up as a suicide bomber while stationed at Fort Bragg.
Complete with a vest.
Okay, first of all, I've been to Fort Bragg.
So
that is
have I.
not the fucking place. They have guys there that are taught how to kill you with their fingers.
It's home of the Airborne and Special Forces.
Yes. Okay. He thought it'd be a grand old idea, and he even he had an actual very detailed explosives vest that he was wearing.
$5 he was EOD.
And the dead giveaway that he was being absolutely accurate is he had a 7-Eleven name tag on his outfit.
Habib!
His name was Adin
Muhammad.
If you plucked his name tag, a fucking banner came down with the rest of the name. It was like a pop-up book. Except at the bottom it said kaboom.
Boom. Very, very big boom.
How do you spell that?
So apparently this dude was trying to pull a monkey.
I evidently decided to dress as a terrorist and made sure, but he didn't have throwing weapons arranged around him like a suicide vest. He actually looked like bombs, and decided he was going to try to get back on the Fort Bragg dressed like this.
So apparently Fort Bragg closed down the gate called EOD.
They closed the base. They went on alert. They thought they had a terrorist at the fucking gate.
Had EOD come out, had a quick reaction force. And then the actual station commander decided to go ahead and put out to everybody saying, hey, you know,
this is a bad idea.
if you're going to go ahead and dress like this, you probably shouldn't go ahead and go out into the public, especially in the
No, he said you shouldn't dress like this at all. You shouldn't even dress like this. I'm just sitting there and I'm reading the memo, and my only response, I would have been working in his office, and he would have handed me the statement and said, why don't you read this, Sergeant Wilson? What do you think? Well, sir, you get my no shit statement of the year award right there. So you get the no shit statement right there, sir. Should not dress like terrorists. Should not be dressed as a suicide bomber. Do not walk around base dressed like this.
Do not walk around in public dressed like this.
Your family member, you should not dress any member of your family like this. No shit, sir.
This is why we can't have nice things.
But you know what? The problem is, in order to make a memo like this,
it has to happen.
a dumbass has to do it. It's like the warning label on a curling iron that says, do not insert this into any orifice. Because morons have done it.
It's just like how my FSNCO, every weekend for close of operations brief, he goes, look, don't be that guy who steals a car going going like 120 miles an hour down Highway 35 with a stolen case of Schlitz, a goat in the front, and an OD hooker in the back. Because apparently
I would have loved to have been there for that no shit, there we were story. That would have been golden.
Well, apparently this
Wait a minute, I think I was that guy.
Apparently this happened in Georgia.
Doesn't surprise me.
Rock of the Marne, right?
Doesn't surprise me. The shit that went on at Fort Gordon, Georgia was...
Well, here at Fort Hood, we had a soldier pass out drunk in his vehicle. The cops woke him up. He was passed out on the passenger side, nowhere near the driver's side, anything like that. Passed out drunk. They took him out of his car, arrested him. He got out of the police car, stole an ambulance, and drove it down 190.
Sounds about right.
Folks, I had a bit of a drinking problem when I was in the Army at one point.
It's not a problem because A's for
Well, no. I didn't have a drinking problem. I had no problems drinking. I had an Army problem. Like one day I got drunk and suddenly I showed up and people were like, hey, he's our leader now. I'm like, okay.
I mean, isn't it mandatory for you to be a command sergeant major? You have to have at least one DUI on record.
One DUI and a couple of AR-15s.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That I wouldn't doubt that.
Article,
not a couple
God
AR-15s.
damn it.
Couple AR-15s are going to think you're going to climb to the
rooftop
of the Bellagio and fucking shoot a bunch of people.
Oh, my
Oh,
land.
shit. Alright, so moving on. Hey, this involves one of your buddies from
Oh,
Nevada.
God, I know this guy. This guy ain't the brightest. This guy ain't the brightest crown in the box. Okay? He's not the brightest crown in the box. So, what?
Backstory from 2015.
Okay, back a little bit. It's a backstory from 2015. However, as soon as we found it, all of a sudden I got filled with all kinds of nostalgia because as a former law enforcement officer in this particular area, I've had run-ins. Everybody has had run-ins of some type with Joe Skirty. Now, look, Skirty is what we called him. I don't even think we called him Joe, but it was Skirty. It's like, oh, we had to run in with Skirty again. Skirty did it this time. I would have to say this one was original, because even I hadn't run into this with Skirty. Well, Mr. Skirty decided he was going to evade the Carson City Sheriff's Department on a scooter.
Meep, meep. Meep, meep.
So apparently, the Carson City deputies went ahead
Scurdy 2020. I'll vote for him. Fuck it. I don't care.
Apparently got called out because, you know, it's been said that, you know, there was a guy who was out dealing drugs.
I bet the dispatcher's first question was, can you give me a description? They said, well, he's on a moped. Oh, God. Somebody go get Scurdy.
So they go ahead, find him, confront him. He jumps on his scooter.
Oh, hold on. They go and confront him, and lo and behold, Scurdy has 2 warrants for his arrest.
2 warrants.
Which is actually an all-time low for Scurdy.
And they found this out after running the plates on the scooter.
Yes.
So he goes ahead.
Well, no. They ran the plates on the scooter and found out that it didn't match up to Scurdy. And then when they ran Scurdy's info, which I don't even really think they needed to, they probably just called this. Yeah, we got Scurdy. He's got 2 warrants for his arrest.
So he goes ahead and takes him on a low-speed chase.
I know the guys I used to work with. As soon as he took off, I'm willing to bet it took like a good 2 minutes to get in the car because they're just sitting there going, I know he just didn't fucking do this. This is him. Scurdy, get the fuck back over here. He's taking off. And then they're looking at each other. Now this motherfucker's actually trying to run this time.
So
all right, get in the car. Let's go get him.
Apparently he was going down, what was that? I think it said Highway 50?
Yeah, Highway 50. Yeah. Okay.
I
understand the makeup of Carson City, okay, because a lot of you people, when you say Nevada, you automatically think Las Vegas. Well, there is other parts of the state in other Las Vegas.
Well, there's Reno.
Okay, Reno sit. Okay, all right. So I'm going to try to do it this way. Okay, so Reno sits here, right? Then you take the highway down through Washoe Valley. You come up over a hill, and then you come to Carson City. Carson City actually sits in that corner of Nevada, where Nevada comes up and does this. Okay, it sits in that corner. Okay. You have your main highway, you have the main drag that goes through, and then you have 50 that goes out. Now 50 is the one that goes from coast to coast. Highway 50 comes through Lake Tahoe, goes through Carson City, and then heads out. And of course, if you take 50, you go to the world famous Moonlight Bunny Ranch just outside of Carson City. Just so you know.
Yeah. So Scurdy decides to jump on.
Calls there too.
Goes ahead and jumps on Highway 50. So they start going through this low-speed pursuit.
At breakneck speed on a moped. Here he goes. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
He pulls onto the sidewalk, gets blocked off by a cruiser, crashes the moped into the cruiser. And moped gets stuck under the cruiser. Decides to go ahead and
Scurdy decides he's going to take off on foot now, which has actually now become a faster chase than it was before.
So they go ahead and tackle him and arrest him. They asked him why.
I'm pretty sure the most common place that we've arrested people decided to run on Highway 50 is at the Pinion Plaza. Maybe. That's most of the time where we get them. There's a casino right there off of 50. It's the Pinion Plaza. That's most of the time where we get them. It's either that or we get them right over by Mills Park.
So they asked him, Scurdy, why did you run?
You got to turn it on.
On a moped. And he goes, oh, well, I was taking the moped to a friend's house.
I had to take, you guys came up and I realized I had to take the moped back to my friend. And this was every officer standing there. Motherfucking Scurdy.
I mean, who the fuck goes on a low-speed pursuit on a moped?
Scurdy.
It's fucking Scurdy.
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 Yeah, like I said, I've had run-ins with the guy. Okay, most of the time we tell him, dude, go the fuck home. We don't even want to deal with you. Go home. Scurdy decided he was going to go for the big time, and now he's going to be at NNCC, which is state prison there in Nevada, which is right in our district. You know, it's right there. And he's going to end up spending a couple. They're probably going to put him in there for a couple. And it's felony evading, even though he didn't break 5 miles an hour.
He just wanted the hookers.
There's some hookers in NNCC, just maybe not the ones you like. But Scurdy's finally going to go to NNCC. Way to go, Scurdy. You done it. You're going to be on laundry detail for the next couple of years. Good job, Scurdy. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was a show.
That was a show.
I hope y'all caught everything from start to finish.
Well, caught his thing from the start.
Yes.
I had nothing to do with it.
Of course not. He didn't.
Nope.
But hey, I hope you guys had some fun tonight. We decided to do a little entertaining news than our usual typical you know, we're going to talk about regular shit and, you know, and stuff like that. We wanted to have a little bit of fun with it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of fun, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with having fun. That's what we're all about. We all want to have a good time. It's a good weekend.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, we're going to have a good weekend. We all survived the fucking blizzard down here in Texas. The blizzard. There was people literally freaking the fuck out. They closed the school in South Austin.
Wow.
The only reason why I got the delivery off was because I happened to catch one of the teachers that needed to come in and do some shit. But they literally closed the school today because of the snow. The only snow was the picture I took on my phone that put Blizzard 2017. We will survive. That was the only snow in the entire grounds of the school.
Wow.
They freaked the fuck out. Wow. They did. So, I mean, I get it. I grew up in the Northeast. I lived in Lake Tahoe. Okay, been to Alaska. Those places get fucking snow. Okay, they don't get snow here. So when they do, they freak the fuck out. I mean, even Surreal had snow where she's at. And she's down pretty south.
Oh, no, we're not friends on Facebook.
Oh, well, I do.
Oh, yeah, you do.
You know where she lives, though.
The area.
Okay, so did they get snow that far south? They got fucking palm trees.
Well, they are right next to the border.
Okay, so the typical snow they get down there is cocaine that gets spilled, okay? They don't get fucking snow from the sky. Some brown guy that tore a bag. That's how they get snow.
I'm brown.
Not that kind of brown.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm a spicy brown, not... I don't even know what...
I'm reset button brown, motherfucker.
Jesus, you are here. Alright, so now we pissed off a whole nother group of people. Why don't we say goodnight to everybody?
Alright, y'all. I'm Raj.
Oh, by the way, we forgot.
Oh, crap.
We forgot.
Jareth!
We're almost there, folks.
Almost there.
Last time I checked, we're at, what, 21, 22 subscribers?
Something like that.
So we got to get to 25, and then somebody can win.
25.
You get one, and... Okay, take it down. Take it down before we get copyrighted.
Yeah.
I guess from this distance, it's not a problem. Okay.
They can't make out the
You want it? You want an action figure? You are at 25. Oh my God, we're at 25.
Hey!
We're not gonna do it tonight. Okay, we're not gonna do it tonight. But hey, we're at 25 subscribers.
Woo!
We only need like 10,000 more to beat that guy in his grandmother's basement. So anyway, so what we will do is next weekend, or the next time we do the show, because you won't be here Sunday to do the show. That's another reason why we did special edition tonight. I know it's usually done on Sunday nights, but he won't be here on Sunday night to do the show. So when we do,
maybe not. Don't know yet.
Oh, if anything, we might do a special. Hey, thank you for getting us to 25 episode, and then we're gonna raffle it off. We're gonna take all the names in our subscriber list, even if we're over 25. All the names are on the list.
Yes.
As long as they are not a member of this household or been employees of the station.
Yes.
And employees, I say loosely, meaning they fucking volunteered their time unbeknownst to them. Because they ain't getting paid.
I live here.
And so, and you already have one. So do I. I already have one. So there you go. And we'll pick a name out of the hat, and
Go from there.
we'll go from there. And then if you don't live here in Texas, we will ship it to you. FedEx, no charge to you. We'll still send it off to you. So that way, maybe we'll have it to you before Christmas. Hopefully.
Maybe.
You know, FedEx a little busy right now.
Yeah.
If you live here in Texas, you're within our driving distance, we will take it to you personally. In fact, we might even shoot a selfie with you with it.
Yes.
Now, if you do win it and you don't live around here, I want you to take a selfie with it and post it to our page.
Yes.
Say, hey, look, they did, because we might give away a brand new Toyota if this goes successfully.
Like the Hot Wheels kind?
Okay, so there you go.
I can do with Toyota.
Yeah.
I need a new vehicle.
I said a Toyota.
Oh! It clicked! It clicked!
There you go. There you go. All right. See?
All
All right.
Star Wars.
Don't give it all away.
Oh.
Jesus, I want people to start going in thinking they're winning a new car. I did this on my radio show and got like 10,000 fucking listeners, and somebody got a Yoda in the fucking mail. They were pissed. I stole that idea from a other radio show, by the way. It fucking worked.
Alright, so that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. I'm Raj.
I'm Rich, and folks, have yourself a good night, and remember, don't do anything we wouldn't do, which doesn't leave you a huge, large margin of error. And have yourself a good night. Remember,
I'm Raj.
I'm Rich, and fucking good night.